안녕하세요. 동탐왕코입니다. 오늘도 역시 운동을 할 건데 철봉 3일차입니다. 턱걸이 3일차인데 하루 했을 때 알이 팔 쪽에만 배겼는데 여기 쪽이랑 어저께 이틀 하고 나서 오늘 아침에 일어났는데 왼쪽 팔을 들어 올리지 못했습니다. 여기 등이랑 여기 겨드랑이 쪽 이쪽이 알이 엄청 배겼어요. 근육통이 지금 만지기만 해도 아픕니다. 너무 아파요. 오른쪽은 그나마 좀 아프긴 아픈데 좀 덜한데 왼손은 엄청 아픕니다. 오늘도 일하면서 엄청나게 계속 스트레칭을 계속 많이 했는데 그래도 다 안 풀렸습니다. 너무 아파요 아직도. 그래서 미리 말씀드립니다. 오늘은 10개씩 4세트 절대 못하고요. 일단은 한 5개씩 또 한 3세트나 4세트는 5개도 못할 것 같습니다. 일단은 계속 하겠습니다. 오늘도 운동을 하긴 할 건데 제가 사실 다음 주에 오픽 시험을 봅니다. 오픽을 봐야 돼서 영어 관련된 동영상을 틀려고 했는데 다른 사람들 욕할까봐 어차피 보는 사람도 없지만 영상을 사람들 욕할까봐 노래를 틀고 턱걸이를 하도록 하겠습니다. 오늘 들을 노래는 제이플라라고 우리나라에서 유명한 커버 전문 유튜버죠. 제이플라의 노래를 듣도록 하겠습니다. 나오미 스캇, 스피치레스. 알라딘에 나오는 노래죠. 어제 영상을 보니까 팬티가 너무 보이던데 오늘은 팬티를 안 보이도록 하겠습니다. 아주 열창을 하고 계십니다. 저도 열심히 운동을 해야 될 텐데 어깨가 너무 아파. 어깨가 아니라 여기 너무 아파요. 운동이 되고 있다는 증거 아니겠습니까?
Good grammar and spelling are important, but if you want to write essays that inspire,
오. 혹시 깜짝이야.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't watch real broken hearts. Learn to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away.
지금 나오는 노래는 This Great Showman, Great Showman이죠. Great Showman, The Great Showman의 This Is Me. 이 영화 되게 재밌게 봤는데 나중에 알고 보니까 되게 나쁜 사람을 되게 미화한 영화라고 해서 좀 씁쓸한데요. 너무 배가 고픕니다. 배도 고프고 힘들고. 너무 힘들어. 지금 저기 철봉 앞에 딱 쓰잖아요. 여기 초록색 밴드를 잡고. 저 예전에 그 조선시대 드라마나 뭐 예전에 그 중세시대 영화 같은 거 보면 사형수들 끈 앞에 서 있잖아요. 마치 그런 기분이 듭니다.
Staring at the bottom of your glass.
너무 힘들어. 오늘 또 그 친한 회사 동생 2명에게 제 유튜브 채널을 홍보했습니다. 과연 오늘 영상을 볼지 모르겠네요. 제 영상은 보지 말라 그랬는데 한 친구는 저랑 같이 제가 클라이밍을 한 3개월 정도 했었거든요. 2개월인가 3개월인가 했었는데 그때 클라이밍을 저보다 잘했던 걸로 생각을 하는데 이제는 제가 더 잘하지 않을까. 그 친구는 볼링만 치지 다른 운동을 안 할 겁니다. 딱 1분만 더 쉬고 마지막 4세트 하겠습니다. 지금 바로 하면 5개도 못 할 것 같아요. 원래는 한 세트 목표가 10개이기 때문에 이게 이 끝에 손잡이가 고무로 커버가 되는데 저기 움직여요. 저러면 안 되지 않나? 불량품 아닌가 이거? 이제 거의 산지 1년이 다 돼가는데 처음 발견했습니다. 이거 돌아가. 어떡하지? 저기 돌아가 손잡이가. 아. 저 웰킹 스포츠 어떻게 된 겁니까? 저기 돌아가면 하나 떨어지면 어떡하려고. 핑계 안 핑계지만 왼손에 돌아갈까봐 너무 힘을 주다 보니까 왼손이 좀 아프네요. 아니 저 돌아가면 안 되는데. 저거를 완전 다 고무를 다 벗긴 다음에 거기다가 본드를 넣고 다시 슉. 아, 제이플라님 노래 잘 들었습니다. 감사합니다. 또 운동을 하러 가야죠. 17분. 아 너무 쉬었어. 17분이나 걸렸네요. 4세트를 하는데. 운동할 땐 역시 CNN.
When you travel the world, make sure the world travels with you. Check in, log on, and get connected with all of the latest developments at your fingertips. CNN Partner Hotels, connected to your world.
For somebody to tell you their story, it's something I take really seriously. It's not something you can just parachute in and ask somebody to open their heart to you. To peel away the layers and to get to the heart of the person who you're telling a story about.
France will never give up against the terrorists.
And delve beneath the surface of what's happening. You can hear their story, and you're going to do their story justice. You have to show yourself to them.
So right now they're hovering pretty low over this area that's extensively flooded.
CNN's the right
아, 씨.
I'm Clarissa Ward in Tehran, and this is CNN.
저 부러질 것 같아. 아.
Hello again, I'm Rosemary Church, and this is CNN News Now. John Bolton has been forced out as President Trump's national security advisor. The two men have been at odds for quite some time, but sources say the last straw was an argument over the president's plan to invite Taliban leaders to Camp David. North Korea says what it recently tested was a, quote, super large multiple rocket launcher. The test came after Pyongyang said it's willing to resume nuclear talks with the US later this month. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he will officially annex parts of the West Bank if he's re-elected next week, specifically the Jordan Valley and the northern Dead Sea. Most of the international community considers the West Bank occupied territory and all Israeli settlements built on it illegal. The UK government is expected to release documents related to what's called Operation Yellowhammer, a contingency plan for a no-deal Brexit. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been accused of being anti-democratic for suspending Parliament for 5 weeks. He calls the accusation nonsense. And that's your CNN News Now. Vital Signs is up next. You're watching CNN, the world's news leader. Have yourselves a great day.
This is the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. From here, we'll bring you the events moving the business world.
The Express, tonight on CNN.
High in the Himalayas, you'll find a country unlike any other. A place place where tradition reigns supreme. And where the leader is letting medicine be his guide, putting healthcare at the center of a government best known for measuring its wealth in terms of happiness, not money. We're spending a week with him in one of the most stunning countries on earth for a special look at a place long hidden from view. This is Bhutan, and this is Vital Signs. Welcome to Thimphu, Bhutan's capital city. Some 750,000 people live in this mountain kingdom, nestled between China and India. In the Bhutanese language, the name means land of the thunder dragon. On this Thursday morning, as he does most weeks, a lone bike rider makes his way up the mountainside. In the shadow of one of the world's largest statues of Buddha, he prays. This is Dr. Lotte Sharing. He's a surgeon here. At 50 years old, he's very focused on his physical and his mental health.
In Bhutanese language, we call it Kunsel Podang, but everyone now is popularly known as Buddha Point. It's somewhere around 25-30 degree inclination, so it's decent for somebody who wants to pump your heart a little stronger. So mental process, mental hygiene, mental strength, whatever you call it, is not just made of one component. Many of these components add up to make you a much stronger person. Because when we say stronger, it just doesn't mean the muscle strength, it means the mental strength.
Buddhism is central to life in Bhutan, preaching compassion for others. Also central to Dr. Lotte. It's why he became a surgeon in the first place.
I come from a very humble, traditional Bhutanese family. Religion had always been the center stage of all the activities. And when I say religion, those days used to be being kind, not to hurt anyone, to be very helpful to everyone. And that is actually the mindset of every Bhutanese family or individuals. I really wanted to be a monk. My parents stopped me, saying to be good to others, you don't necessarily have to be a monk. On that note, my mother said, why not be a doctor so that you can be really of help to the needy ones. It's not my personal capacity or capability that brought me to this. It's my profession, it's my passion for this profession.
After his bike ride, Dr. Lotte heads to the hospital. But he won't be doing any operations today. On Thursdays, he meets with new medical residents and interns. Today's message, kindness and compassion.
I knew from day one that we needed to be a little different. We needed to be extra caring.
After his academic rounds, as he calls them, Dr. Lotte gets in his car and drives to his other job. You see, there's something else you should know about him. If being a surgeon wasn't demanding enough, Dr. Lotte also happens to be the Prime Minister of Bhutan.
For the love for this profession that took me to politics. So basically, I'm a very, very passionate healthcare provider, very, very passionate surgeon. So that's why even after assuming this present office for last 8 to 9 months, I still visit my hospital activities on a routine basis. I was a surgeon, I'm still a surgeon, and I govern this country with surgical precision. The way I evaluated the patients, doing ultrasound scans and CT scans and finding out stones and tumors, and I treated a lot of my patients and they are doing fine. So even now on this head of the government's chair, I still have the same mentality. Instead of now scanning the patients, now I scan the government policies, see if there are any tumors in the government policies, see if there are any stones or potential diseases that can harm our country.
He's the country's third democratically elected leader, taking office last November. With first-hand experience in Bhutan's healthcare system, he has put it at the core of his policy decisions. And while the country has universal healthcare, there are still challenges to address.
We have free health and free education in the country. While it is free, it is not easily accessible, easily available for everyone that needs a service. So as I was going around doing my business, I thought we could bring in a lot of improvements. I thought we could improve the accessibility of healthcare services to especially the needy ones, those who are based in the villages. So based on that, I thought being a surgeon, this pair of hands can only do that much. A surgical blade can only operate a patient at a time. So I was thinking, if I can get access to policy making, if I have the authority over policy decisions, then maybe with the stroke of a pen, I can change the whole scenario.
Changing the whole scenario. A lofty ambition, to be sure. But there is a precedent when it comes to Bhutan, putting itself on the map by prioritizing what many researchers now recognize as a key element to our wellness and our longevity: happiness.
VitaScience, in association with BDMS, Bangkok Dusuk Medical Services, your trusted healthcare network.
Oh, good morning.
I'm going home today.
I don't think we'll be seeing you soon.
We're happy every time you go home. BDMS Healthcare Network. Quality that lives up to international standards. Diverse medical experience, advanced technology, and specialist medical care. The accessible quality hospital network that covers Thailand and the region. BDMS, your trusted healthcare network.
Sunday, former Attorney General Eric Holder joins David Axelrod to discuss President Trump's Department of Justice, his fight against gerrymandering, and his take on the 2020 Democratic field, the Axe Files. Sunday on CNN.
I'm oriented from Jerusalem. This is CNN.
The small country of Bhutan only recently opened itself up to the outside world. Cautiously, slowly, with a premium on preserving the ancient culture. And so far, it seems to be working.
With modernization, we are trying to keep pace with it, but at the same time, we have our unique values about tradition and culture. We have our own priorities. So I think deliberately we are not growing as fast as we could grow because we know the disadvantages of fast changing life, disadvantages of modernization, westernization, whatever you call it. But at the same time, it is also unstoppable for modernization to come in. So comparing to some 40-50 years back, Bhutan has changed a lot, but it has changed in a very, very controlled manner, regulated manner.
Bhutan says
31분 지났습니다.
it's carbon negative. There are still no traffic lights
지금
in the capital city.
오후 4시
And television
40분이고요.
was only introduced here in 1999.
벌써부터 차는 많이 막히겠죠. 내일부터 추석이니까 추석 연휴가 시작이에요.
But a helping hand from technology today means I get to speak to Dr. Lotte face to
풍성한
face.
한가위 되시고요.
Yes, I can hear you.
보름달,
All right.
구름이 제가 1기 봐도 구름이 뜨는지 안 뜨는지 모르겠는데
We're the same
다들
age. We're both
좋은
married.
풍성한 한가위 되시죠.
And we both
저는 추석 기간에도 일을 합니다.
and another
돈을
job.
벌어야죠.
Though his happens to be running a country.
It is a
이제
great privilege, I think you'd agree,
마지막으로
to be able to be a doctor.
한국
to take care of
협력이
people. I mean, I don't I
한번
can't see a
하고
greater
끝내겠습니다.
calling, certainly for me and I think for you as well. Now, being a surgeon is pretty all-encompassing from training to practice.
배가 너무 고픕니다.
You are also the prime minister.
운동하고 싶고 빨리 밥을
It's
먹어야겠어요.
fascinating to even think about how you balance these roles. How do you do it?
I really don't know because it's just my 8th month in this present office, so I'm learning how to cope up with this.
You also have a family, right? Your wife and a child. You know, just finding time for everything is hard. I know that for sure. But what about your family? How do they fit into all this?
I mean, I have a small family. My wife is also a psychiatrist, so she understands me better. She sometimes starts diagnosing and treating me, so that's the problem.
Doctors have a habit of doing that, especially psychiatrists, I think, right?
Yes. For whatever I do, she has a new diagnosis, so.
Right. What's the latest diagnosis, given that you're a prime minister and a practicing surgeon? What is your wife's diagnosis for you?
Adjustment disorder.
I feel like as a scientist, someone who's trained in the scientific method, then sort of toggling your brain to think about politics, which can be very subjective. Things don't necessarily follow any data. There's not always evidence for things. How has that been? Has it been something you've embraced, or has it been maddening as well?
Actually, it's